into the frame. So where is LeBron James? He's still arguing with the referee. And so it looks like he might be pointing out another call, but this is right after the layup, and he's really going in on this referee, and let's see what he's so mad about. So there's really nothing here. I mean, if the referee did call a foul, then you could point to that slight contact by Reed Sheppard, but there's really nothing here. If anything, this indicates just how far LeBron has fallen off, because this is a play that he would have finished with no problem.
LeBron James is supposed to own the clutch, or at least that's the story everyone keeps selling. But here's the weird part nobody likes to slow down and look at. When the moment gets tight, the toughest defenders somehow vanish from his path, until they don't. This isn't fear, and it's not avoidance either. It's control by design.
Fast break. Yeah. Fast break. You know what I mean? And we'll get blown the fuck out by them, because they're not going to give the calls that we get during regular season.
That's like our 4 stars hate that. Like they hate when people touching them and like playing aggressive on them. Like Luka hates that. LeBron can't take that no more. He can't take like a dork guarding him full court.
Well, you are playing freely.
Yeah, they let him play free.
Real close.
Late game LeBron isn't chasing highlights, he's hunting matchups. Every screen, every switch, every slow walk-up dribble is a calculated chess move, not a spur-of-the-moment decision. Once you catch this pattern, you'll never watch his clutch possessions the same way again. That night against the Milwaukee Bucks started like a classic feel-good script. LeBron racks up late points, the box score looks clean, and social media lines up those victory posts before the buzzer even thinks about going off. Everything felt scripted, smooth, and safe.
We can finally say it, because it's being said. I, to be fair, I'm the driver and leader of this caravan. It's over. It's over.
What's over?
And I know what you did while I was away.
Yeah, that's right.
I know what you did.
Yeah.
But it's over. LeBron James, #1 greatest player of all time.
No, yes. Oh,
greatest
yeah.
player of all time.
Yeah, not beyond that, he's
greatest
the best
player of all time.
Best athlete of our lifetime.
You did a hacky top 5 list when I was away.
I did a bunch of them.
Just to try to see.
I did a bunch of them.
13 points in the fourth quarter sounds loud until context pulls up uninvited. Context always ruins the highlight reel because it asks uncomfortable questions. Who scored, how, and against who? That's where narrative starts sweating. Everything flipped in the final 2 minutes when the Bucks made a move most teams avoid. They stopped playing the switch game and sent their best defender straight to the ball.
But now, you have Reed Sheppard. He does touch LeBron on the arm, and Steven Adams comes over to bother the shot. But there's really not a lot here, and I wouldn't even want this call. And then LeBron misses the layup, and this is where you can see him. He stomps his leg in protest, but he doesn't get back. And JJ Redick has already stated that the Lakers have no margin for error. So they have to play pristine basketball to, of course, they're not a contender, but to at least pretend like they're, right, to be in
The energy shifted instantly like someone killed the lights in the building. Then Giannis Antetokounmpo picked up LeBron and the production didn't fade. It disappeared, not slowly, not subtly, but instantly, like Wi-Fi cutting out right when you need it most. Every possession after that felt like a live demo of how reputation and reality don't always share the same address. LeBron finished scoreless on his final looks, forced a turnover that basically gift-wrapped the ending, and suddenly the Los Angeles Lakers were watching the Bucks celebrate. Cue the scramble for excuses, explanations, and almost logic. Here's the part most people miss, though. This was actually a great basketball outcome if you understand nuance. The numbers already looked rough, but the tape was even harsher. It showed hesitation dressed up as patience and control that cracked under real pressure. No bad whistles, no blown coverage, no chaos.
That he's still hurting the team, right? They just pick and choose the statistics that they want to use because to them, it's a win no matter what. If LeBron puts up great numbers, if the team wins or loses, it's absolutely irrelevant. As we currently speak, the Lakers are the number 5th seed in the Western Conference, right? And they've lost 2 games in a row. But the fact is the Lakers have not been playing solid competition at all, right? They just lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going to play another easy team in the Kings.
Just one elite defender deciding he was done playing along. That's the irony. This is supposed to be a player with no weaknesses, yet the second mismatches vanish. The offense turns into a scavenger hunt for someone else to step up. If you're seeing this breakdown clearly, hit subscribe, because once you notice this pattern, you can't unsee it. The ball started flying around fast. sometimes too fast, and not because the defense forced it. It was moving like that because the moment demanded an escape route, not a finish. When pressure rose, the instinct wasn't attack, it was relief. That final possession felt like watching someone confidently say, "Relax, I got this," right before dropping their phone straight into water. Calm on the surface, disaster underneath. Los Angeles Lakers down 2, season hanging in the balance, tension buzzing through the arena. LeBron James gets the ball with Giannis Antetokounmpo squared up in front of him, locked in and ready. This is the moment legends are built on. There was an attempt to drive, and it lasted about as long as a New Year's resolution. Giannis calmly reached in and stripped the ball clean. No drama, no chaos, no highlight chase, just control. It didn't look like a battle. It looked like an adult taking something back that never should have been there in the first place.
Missed it. And the game is over. Lakers furious. They thought he was fouled. Oh, excuse me. And it's now overtime. LeBron James so upset. Regulation is over. We go to the 5-minute OT.
As a buzzer hit and the Milwaukee Bucks walked off winners, the body language said what the postgame quotes tried to bury. This wasn't a typo, not cherry picking, not bad luck. This was a pattern screaming at full volume for a player constantly marketed as the greatest ever. The numbers aren't bad. They're historically awkward. This is where defenders rush in with the usual script. Basketball is about making the right play. Trust your teammates. Don't force shots against set defenses. Sounds smart, until you remember how legends are actually defined. Michael Jordan didn't ask who was open. Kobe Bryant didn't scan the floor looking for an exit. They demanded the ball because they believed the shot belonged to them, and most of the time, they were right. LeBron's clutch style leans heavily on delegation. That's elite leadership, elite management, and questionable superstar behavior when the clock is bleeding out.
Fans, you should reconsider who your favorite player is after this video. Let's carry on. The first play, wow. I never saw this, and I watch all the games. So they're really high.
Making the right play sounds noble, but it's also the line players use when they know they're no longer the best option in that moment. And then there's load management. It's become the perfect umbrella term for selective participation. Funny how rest nights line up with teams that can actually challenge LeBron physically. He's always ready for depleted rosters and rebuilding squads, but real contenders keep showing up on nights that suddenly require caution and ice packs. If this breakdown is hitting, subscribe now, because the deeper you look, the louder this pattern gets. Watching Giannis Antetokounmpo guard LeBron James is a brutal reminder that time is undefeated, and honesty is optional when legacy talk starts flying. Giannis is bigger, longer, stronger, and still climbing. LeBron is battling gravity, mileage, and the limits of what used to be unfair athleticism.
Defensive players each of us has faced and why.
Yeah, Ron Artest was, Metta World Peace now.
He was
Ron
solid
Artest,
granite.
my goodness, really good with his hands. Laterally was really good, strong as an ox. I played against him my early years when he was in Indiana. I mean, it was challenging, for sure. It was one of the best defenders probably.
The left drive dies because Giannis can contest without fouling. The right drive goes nowhere for the same reason. And the step-back jumper, that was never a dependable weapon. And at this stage, it might as well come with a warning label when every preferred option disappears. The result is hesitation. And hesitation against elite defense is basically a turnover with a countdown timer. The offense stalled. Passes got rushed. And the same player who looked unstoppable minutes earlier suddenly looked unsure if he even wanted the ball. Fans rushed in with receipts, pointing to recent wins as proof of a resurgence. But look closer. Those wins came against teams that were injured, rebuilding, or quietly chasing better lottery odds. That's not dominance, that's expectation. Beating those teams isn't impressive, it's mandatory. Celebrating them like playoff moments only sets the trap for disappointment when real competition shows up.
Rid of LeBron James and trade him while they still can get something for him. he's affected the chemistry. He's affected Reeves and his play. He's not as productive, is not as efficient as he was before LeBron James came back. Of course, he was injured a couple of games and stuff like that, but that doesn't change the fact that LeBron James changed the whole flow of the offense, and the team is just not doing well anymore. And to prove that, I'm going to show you what the Lakers have done.
The Los Angeles Lakers nearly stumbled against a shaky New Orleans Pelicans and barely escaped Memphis Grizzlies without their star. That's not momentum, that's survival mode. Let's be clear, the problem isn't that LeBron is bad because he's still very good. The real issue is the reputation suggests something greater than what consistently shows up in crunch time against elite opponents. He can still dominate weaker competition, hunt mismatches, and stack the stat sheet with clean-looking numbers. What he can't reliably do anymore is impose his will when defenses are locked in and the margin for error disappears. That gap between perception and performance is where frustration lives. The claim of having no holes in his game gets funnier every time an elite defender forces reality to tap in.
And the Hornets and another easy team in the Trailblazers. So when people see these games, they think that, oh, the Lakers are doing well. No, they're not. They're playing horrible teams. But beyond that fact, right, beyond the fact that they have a very weak schedule, if you look at the numbers and you delve in deeper, you'll understand that LeBron has made this team worse. So anyway, I tuned into some sound here from Bill Simmons where he was talking about something else. But as he was talking about it, he brought up another point where he was talking about just how bad him and his colleague were talking about just how...
The three-point shot is still inconsistent after more than 2 decades. No controversial whistle, no double team, no bad bounce. Just one defender reading the play and executing perfectly against a player who no longer has the counters to recover. A younger LeBron might have powered through anyway. But that version isn't walking through that door anymore. This version lost the ball and watched the moment slip away. That's not shameful. Pretending it means nothing, though, that's where the problem starts. The post-game body language told the real story. The interviews tried to smooth it over, soften the edges, and redirect the spotlight. But eyes don't lie. LeBron James looked defeated because he knew exactly what just happened. Giannis Antetokounmpo celebrated because he delivered when it mattered. One player rose to the moment, the other didn't. That difference defines clutch basketball way more than marketing campaigns or selective stat pulling. It also explains why plus-minus suddenly becomes optional depending on whether it supports the preferred conclusion. The inconsistency in evaluating performance is almost impressive. When numbers fit the story, they're treated like gospel.
This is not good for the Lakers. This is not good for the Lakers. This is not good for LeBron James, for his legacy, for anything. I mean, this is getting indefensible. While we're looking at the stats for the team, while we're looking at the schedule, while we're looking at the LeBron James stats and how he's doing and all that other stuff, it's looking terrible for this guy right now. I mean, this does not deserve an extension from...
When they don't, they're dismissed as context nobody wants to respect. What doesn't deserve respect is pretending LeBron is still the same unstoppable force who used to bend playoff series to his will with pure dominance against elite defenders. That version existed. This one is different. In crucial moments, he hesitates, struggles, and defers. That's not a character flaw. It's biology, age, and the natural arc of a long career catching up. The make the right play mantra now acts like insurance. It protects reputation when the ending doesn't match expectations. Smart basketball and dominant basketball are not the same thing, and legends are remembered for dominance, not decision tree.
Like I said, look at LeBron, guys. That's all you have to do. It's not hard. It's not hard. But you guys want to make excuses for this man. Please.
When fans and media push the idea that he's the most clutch player ever, they're rewriting history. The numbers and footage refuse to back up. His championships came from sustained excellence across series, not a long reel of last-second heroics. That distinction matters. The 2 for 32 record on game-tying or go-ahead shots with the Los Angeles Lakers isn't a footnote anymore. It's a headline, turnover, defeated walk-off, shocked fans, furious debates. The real surprise isn't that it happened. It's that people are still surprised when it does. Narrative has proven far more durable than evidence, and that might be the most impressive stat of all. Against elite defenders, the pattern is clear. In clutch moments, LeBron avoids direct confrontation, not out of fear, but out of awareness. He knows the math, he knows the matchup, He knows the risk. Delegating responsibility is safer than forcing the issue, but safety has never built legends. What it does build are explanations, threads, and debates that sound airtight until the next elite defender decides to end the discussion personally. That awareness is exactly why these endings keep feeling familiar, no matter how flashy the build-up looks. Early dominance convinces everyone a vintage night is loading, but as decision time creeps closer, the offense turns cautious and strangely cooperative. The defender doesn't rush, doesn't gamble, doesn't overcommit. He waits, mirrors, and trusts that LeBron James no longer has the explosive counter to punish perfect positioning.
A couple days ago, that LeBron James is done.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. They went from second best record in the sport to under 500. Let's take a listen to JJ Redick. Go ahead.
That was, priority number one for me. Role clarity. I think since we've gotten Braun back, we haven't been as organized offensively. Too many random possessions. So, that's on me. So it's those three things.
When a defender knows you can't blow by them, can't reliably shoot over them, and can't overpower them without help, the advantage flips instantly. Now the offensive player reacts instead of imposing. The defender controls the possession without doing anything spectacular. No highlight, no gamble, just control. That's the uncomfortable truth. Los Angeles Lakers fans dance around this every time it happens. LeBron still dominates teams that can't match him physically or defensively, and that keeps the illusion alive. Then a real contender shows up with size, length, and discipline. The illusion cracks under pressure. He passes out of a double team and a teammate misses, and it's labeled leadership. He passes out of a clean one-on-one and avoids the shot entirely, and suddenly it's basketball IQ. Same result, different branding, and the comparison names never stop coming up because they highlight the gap every time. Michael Jordan wanted the ball because he trusted his jumper. Kobe Bryant wanted the ball because he trusted his shot making, even against impossible coverage. Those players accepted failure as the cost of authority. LeBron's approach minimizes failure at the expense of ownership. It's analytically sound, logically defensible, and emotionally unsatisfying. If this perspective feels uncomfortable, that's the point. Subscribe because the tape doesn't lie, and these patterns aren't going away anytime soon.
LeBron in every clip. It gets to a point where we have to stop making excuses for him. The majority of these offensive rebounds are because of LeBron. There is a reason why he had a negative 33 plus minus yesterday. There is a reason why LeBron had the worst plus minus for anybody that played in the Christmas game yesterday. Look at all of these offensive rebounds, and the majority of them are because of...
Fans don't remember the right reads. They remember who took responsibility when there was nowhere to hide, and that's why this conversation never actually ends. As long as LeBron James is still playing, these moments will keep repeating. And as long as the narrative refuses to evolve, reality will keep crashing the party uninvited. He's still great in many ways, no debate there. But greatness has stages, and the final stage is always the hardest to accept, especially against elite defenders. In clutch time, LeBron doesn't rise above the moment anymore. He manages it, survives it, or hands it off. And that single distinction explains every argument, every excuse, and every post-game debate that follows. If you want breakdowns that don't hide from the tape, subscribe, share, and stay tuned, because this discussion isn't going anywhere.